What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 different tips based on my experiences as a professional player. Some of these tips are based on questions that you've asked on the Instagram page. So jumping straight into things. So the first tip is on how to perform consistently. You have to take care of the variables that affect your performance outside of the field. So being able to take care of your sleep, of your nutrition, and stuff like that will set you up for the best performance to where you can peak at the right times. Now the second tip is going to be on how to improve yourself. My answer to this would be to compete with yourself to be better every single day. And when you go into training and you're competing against yourself every single day to be better than you were the day before, you're setting a standard that you will not fall below. To where even if you perform poorly, you do not fall below that minimum standard that you have set for yourself. And so then there's only upside. And so in my opinion, kind of the 3 different trio of improving yourself is gonna be around your training, the off the field stuff, and then asking for the direction or the advice from people that are an authority to you. And so as an example, right, you wanna be training and improving yourself every single day. That's a given. Different position specific things, such as if you're a fullback, being able to improve your 1v1 defending. Maybe that means taking one of your teammates and then creating a small sided grid and then going against them 1v1. If you're a winger, maybe that's staying after training for an extra 20 to 30 minutes to work on your crossing. Maybe if you're a center back, you're working on your distribution out of the back. Maybe that's working on your 1v1 defending as well. Maybe you have to spend extra time working on 1v1s, actually going against top strikers and top wingers on your team to kind of just get reps in, going against them and defending. Maybe if you're a midfielder, it's required that you need to be good at your 1-touch and 2-touch passing. That's something that you feel like you lack. And maybe that requires you to stay after training for 20 to 30 minutes extra to work on 1-touch passing at different angles, realistic to the passes that you would play if you were playing in a real match. And so that's really the training aspect. And then it comes to the off the field aspect. So improving your lifestyle that supports a good performance. We just talked about it, being able to perform consistently. This is part of it, is to be able to take care of your nutrition. And I can tell you right now, that is eating a whole food diet that primarily consists of good carbs, healthy fats, and good lean protein sources. And then getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, making sure that that is a priority, that's a must. And then after that, it's really just taking care of your body and making sure that you're getting adequate rest. And finally, the third thing in that is asking for feedback, for you to be able to be self-aware of the things that you need to improve at so that you can actually take action towards improving those things. This is me continuing this video a couple days later because my camera decided to die. So the next tip here is going to be based on how to get full body strength. And so what I personally recommend when it comes to training in the gym to get stronger overall, but also just to get athletic overall, because really our goal is not just to become stronger, it's to improve our overall athletic output and our athletic ability to be better players. The best way to go about doing that is not bodybuilding type of training. It's not going in the gym and just only doing strength training. It's doing a combination of different exercises that both improve muscular endurance, your maximal strength, your maximal power, and reduce your risk of injury. Muscular endurance is really trained on the field for the most part. A way to kind of manipulate that in the gym is to do your exercises in the gym in a circuit style to keep your heart rate up, to keep you moving throughout the whole session. When it comes to muscular strength, you're going to be looking at utilizing these heavy compound lifts in the gym that are between 1 to 4 reps and are maximal strength. I mean, you're giving everything and you are lifting a heavy load. When it comes to muscular power, it's actually more beneficial to utilize the strength exercise and then a power exercise, such as these plyometric exercises and stuff like that, because you're getting the central nervous system and the recruitment of muscle from that heavy exercise before, and then it actually kind of enhances or primes your body to output more force for the power exercise afterward. It's called contrast training. But power exercises are basically like a plyometric exercise, moving a load as fast as you can. And so it's basically like the balance between moving a heavy load and moving at maximal speed. It's like right in the middle of the force velocity graph. And so that's muscular power. And then we use these injury preventative exercises as a way of fixing muscular imbalance and helping to kind of create a stronger body as a whole. And that's really what the whole spread looks like in terms of gym training. And so now the next tip I'm gonna give is gonna be based around how to have better stamina. Stamina is basically just your fitness or your overall capacity to play 90 minutes or more. This is gonna be improved by increasing the capacity on 3 different energy systems in the body. Now, these 3 different energy systems I have gone over in another video. You can check that out. The link will be in the description of this video below. But these 3 energy systems are basically the ATP PC system, the glycolytic system, and the oxidative system. And now they are each responsible for different parts of your fitness, and they all work together as one to give you match stamina. Now, the first one, the ATP PC system, is your short duration, maximal intensity energy system that basically is responsible for maximal sprinting and just maximal intensity work. This one exhausts at about 10 to 15 seconds. You'll be working this by doing 50-yard sprints, shuttle runs, and just high intensity circuit style training with the ball that doesn't last longer than 15 seconds of maximal intensity work. That's how you work the ATP PC system. Now for the glycolytic system, that middle system, that one is gonna be more of like your moderate intensity, moderate duration energy system that works with your box-to-box runs if you're a midfielder, your overlapping runs if you're a fullback, those attacking runs, and then the trailing back to defend as a winger. Stuff like that is how this energy system is used during matches, right? And so training this one, you're gonna be using mid-intensity, mid-duration activities such as doing full field run, like 20 seconds to run the full length of the field, and then 40 seconds to jog back. Other things like that that are around like a minute of work, because this energy system is used starting at around 30 seconds of continuous work all the way up to around 3 minutes of continuous work. And so this one is trained with mid-intensity, mid-duration activities. And so now the last one is more of your long duration, like your aerobic base energy system. And that's the aerobic system or the oxidative system. And this one is trained by doing 20+ minutes of continuous work, right? And so many players have a really good aerobic base because they can run for long periods of time at a low intensity, which is primarily the oxidative system, but they struggle when they start to ramp up the pace, these mid-intensity, mid-duration runs, or these high-intensity runs. And that's where the first 2 energy systems come into play. But the oxidative system is one that is basically trained by doing 20+ minutes of continuous work. And so players who find themselves in a situation where they are really tired for the first 15 to 20 minutes of a game, and then eventually they start to get into the game and they feel more fit, that's because their oxidative system is highly trained, because once 20 minutes hit, their oxidative system activates and therefore they are now feeling fit. But before that, the glycolytic system and the ATP PC system haven't been trained enough to allow them to feel fit for that first 10 to 15 to 20 minutes of the game, which is why all 3 are incredibly important. Basically, playing games and playing in matches, it trains all 3 of these systems. So if you get consistent games, just focus on playing 90-minute games and pushing yourself. But if you don't have access to real games and you don't have access to a team, then training these 3 systems individually is a must. Now my last tip here is going to be based on how to deal with overthinking and rejection. So basically, my best advice I could give is to focus on the day-by-day improvement of yourself and just focus on improving every single day. Because if you focus on improving every single day, then you become more obsessed with just growing and progressing personally than focusing on anything that you can't control that would maybe make you overthink things. So what I mean is that focusing on just improving every single day and being a better version of yourself takes away from you overthinking around if you are playing good enough, if the coach likes you here or there, or all these different variables that you just cannot control. You should be focused on what you can control, which is improving every single day, putting your best performance on the field, taking care of the habits off the field to promote a good performance on it, and just overall taking care of all the controllables that you can control. The rejection is going to happen no matter what. So focusing on the things that you can control and trying to take in the information that you've been given from those rejections to grow is really the best course of action, and the only course of action that you can actually have a direct effect on. If you enjoyed this video, definitely drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all next time. All right guys, peace.